Greetings, YouTube. I promise you, I own more than one shirt. It just happens to be that every time I seem to turn my camera on, I'm wearing my knock around the house shirt. Mostly because it means I'm not going to be getting my other shirts dirty when I'm doing things around the house. So there's a new anti-rights group in America. It's called Real Marriage, capital letters, all capital letters. Real Marriage, one man, one woman for life. Which in their goal is to will target unnamed businesses and politicians who don't stand up against LGBTQ rights. So this is an inherently anti-rights organization. An organization opposed to human rights, opposed to civil liberties. Alrighty, so, and an email announcement announcing the news conference pledged mass civil disobedience. I don't know what that really means. I guess marches and protests, but so far they've just got a website and a poll, I guess. Now this is the weird stuff I'm about to read, and it's the reason that the video you're watching is named what it's named. If we redefine marriage, the homosexual political movement will force churches, schools, families, businesses, and individuals to accept, to affirm, and even to celebrate those who participate in anal sex or anal sodomy. I thought they were the same thing, but that's just me. Maybe I'm not up on my nomenclature. I'll bow to the expertise of these social conservatives. Said Dr. Stephen Hotze. Hotze? Hotze? Hodz? Alright. President of the Conservative Republicans of Texas. It will be mandated to be taught to the children in schools at an early age, starting in kindergarten. They will be encouraged by their teachers to participate in anal sex. Now stop for a moment. A person stood up in front of a press conference and said those words. Out loud. Not in their head. Out loud they said them. For everyone to hear. It will be mandated to be taught to the children in the schools at an early age, starting in kindergarten. They will be encouraged by the teachers to participate in anal sex. The last time I knew, particularly in kindergarten, teachers weren't advocating sexual acts of any variety. Maybe that's part of the new math program? Common Core, maybe? I'm not positive. I will admit, it's been a very long time since I've been in school. What else do we have in here? Sorry about that. We're going to come at you, he said. The church is going to show you that you cannot be double-minded, talk out both sides of your mouth, pretending to be family-friendly and giving into this ungodly, disgraceful way of making homosexual like it's natural. I think he meant to say homosexuality. It's highly unnatural. We're going to go at these weak-kneed, slimy-backed politicians who pretend to be with you, but will not stand up. That's a very strange syntax this dude does. It gets better, however. Oh, here we go. The news conference was held at the office of David Pickup. I swear before the gods of the universe, this man's name is David Pickup, a prominent ex-gay therapist named Pickup, who has identified as ex-homosexual. An ex-homosexual, ex-gay therapist named Pickup. I'm starting to think The Onion wrote this. Pickup claims significant scientific evidence showing that there's no gay or transgender gene, and his clients have proven sexual orientation can be changed. Likewise, he suggests the nation can change. Well, we know that being gay is what you're born with. And gender is a social construct. So whatever gender you particularly identify with has nothing to do with your genes. It's got to do with what you identify with. Some people identify as being a man, some identify as being a woman, some identify as being both, some identify as being neither. And it's all good. It's all okay. Nobody really needs to care or be concerned with what your gender identity is, except you and whoever you decide to have sex with. America, it's time for a psychotherapy, and the real marriage movement, with the guidance from the omniscient creator, will lead this nation back to a secure identity from the brink of self-destruction, Pickup said. We're not here to shame people. This is not hate speech. This is standing up for truth and rights as we believe they are. Asking about the coalition's specific plans, Pickup said he will begin by hosting mini-conferences around Texas, as well as a world conference on gender, sexuality, and marriage in Dallas. Eventually, he said, the goal is to infiltrate all aspects of American life. I'm sure that this man really enjoys infiltrating things. This ex-homosexual, ex-gay therapist named Pickup. It's a philosophical movement that's going to have actual manifestations of change in the hearts and minds of this country. Watch speeches by Holtz and Owens. There's a video at the bottom, and frankly, I could not bring myself to watch them. I can only tolerate so much hate at any one time, and I'm sure that would be my quotient for the month. Maybe next month. These people are mad. They've lost. Flat out. Amongst the 30 under crowd, 60% and above support marital equality in America. We won. The progressives won this one. And they're no more going to roll back the current court decision than the social conservatives were able to roll back Loving v. Virginia back in 1967, or any time after 1967. It didn't happen. The social conservatives lost that one, and the social conservatives have lost this one. But they can't let this go. And I do have one question, again, tied to the title of this video. Why is it that the social conservatives fixate on anal sex so much? Now, I understand why David Pickup fixates on anal sex so much, but I'm assuming that the other people in this article, which you are encouraged to read, because some of it, the writing I did not cover, is quite pithy. Why are they obsessed with anal sex? Why is it the implication that it's always male on male sex? You never hear anything deriding women, lesbians, who can also have anal sex. You don't really hear anything deriding heterosexuals who can have anal sex. In fact, there would be more anal sex amongst heterosexuals than, again, amongst gay people, because there are more heterosexuals out there, and most of them, I would imagine, at some point in their lives, dabble in the back door. And before anyone asks, I will not be revealing my particular sexual history. I ain't covering that. So, don't ask. But everybody can dabble in that particular activity as long as they have a butt. And full apologies to anyone out there who doesn't. I did not mean to make an ableist statement. I've been called on that before, when I said that everyone had a butt. I think the person was trolling me, but the reality is that there actually have been people who were born without butts. So, very small percentage of people, obviously, but I want to be inclusive. So for all those who have butts, butt play is something that is in the ballpark of the possible. As you can tell, I'm not taking this article all that seriously. Particularly involving a man named Pickup, who is an ex-gay therapist and an ex-homosexual who is just obsessed with anal sex. So before I explode, I'm going to be leaving. I hope that you got a chuckle out of this, and maybe we can walk away from this with a smile upon our face, as we try desperately not to think about the hateful, spiteful, evil bigots that wrote this comedy shtick.